Hey everybody, how's it going? Stabman coming back at you again today, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Blu-rays that I got during Black Friday Madness, or Black Fortnight as I sometimes call it, Madness. And this time around I'm going to be talking about Amazon and not FYE, Fry's. This time around I'm talking about Amazon and Fry's. Which, if you don't have Fry's around you, we have one that's, I guess, kind of semi-close. It's not that close, guys. It's really not that close, and I didn't go there. I literally just shopped online because they had free shipping on, I believe, everything. So, literally just buy one thing that you want there for a couple of bucks, and you can get free shipping on it. And that's what I did in a couple cases here, or at least in one case here. So, yeah. I decided to say, screw it, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that, because usually their free shipping is like, you have to spend $34, strange price, but $34, and then you can get free shipping on everything, right? But the problem with that is that a lot of their titles, usually, when they offer free shipping, and when they have sales on Blu-rays, a lot of their titles are not eligible for shipping. But I've noticed that they've been offering a lot more of those movies for shipping now. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start taking advantage of that again. Used to do a lot more shopping with Fry's online. And it looks like I might be doing some more of that. Because, well, I've had some good experiences here. So let's go ahead and talk about those right away. First off, I picked up Liar Liar here for $5. This was $5 at Fry's, and I believe that's the best price I've ever seen for it. Now, it might have been lower than that somewhere else, but I've never seen it for lower than that anywhere else. At least nowhere else that I shop, and not in my neck of the woods. So, $5 was quite a good price, and I actually did decide to watch this right after I got it, because this is one I've been wanting to revisit for quite some time. I recall seeing this after it came out on DVD and thinking that it was okay, but that everybody that was, or not DVD, it must have been VHS that I saw it on, yeah. Because I looked at the date and I'm like, that would have been a little early for me to have gotten it on DVD, but yeah. I recall thinking that everybody was saying it was such a great movie, right? And I'm just sitting here, it's okay, yeah, I wouldn't say it's great, but it's okay. And although I would still say that it's okay, I have to admit that it's one of those movies that has been memorable for me. There were a lot of scenes in it that are very, very memorable, and that's probably just because Jim Carrey is such a flamboyant and excellent actor, especially when it comes to his comedy. He's just a great comedic actor, so the kind of comedic stunts that he pulled off in this movie are kind of proof of that, and they're also just memorable. They stick in your head, you know what I mean? So because of that, I decided to go ahead and pick this up for $5, and I don't regret it, because I watched it again, and I think I might like it a little bit more now than I did back in the day. It might not, it's still not, like, to me, a really, really, really amazing movie, but it's pretty good, pretty fun. I can see myself watching it a couple more times, you know what I mean? So $5, not bad. And then, at the same time as that was on sale for $5, they also had this movie on sale for $2. Well, this double pack, I should say. A Mill Creek double pack of The Grand Duel and Keoma. And I know my friend Shanzar and Isaac got this, and we watched, I believe it was The Grand Duel together. And I was pleasantly surprised by how great the transfer on that is. So, like, he was showing me how good the transfer is, and it's very, very, very good. So, because of his recommendation, because we sat down and watched it and determined that it was actually a pretty good Western, and because he showed me how good the transfer was, I was like, you know what? Yeah. Again, when it comes to Mill Creek, they just take the print as is, and with all the pops and whistles and everything, and just give you the movie as it was, you know? And I like that because it's authentic. It's real. It's the way it probably would have looked in a movie theater, you know what I mean? And because of that, though, that means that they didn't do any DNR, that meant that they didn't use any technique that would have scrubbed out any detail whatsoever. All that detail, including the pops and whistles, is still there. So you're going to get everything. It might not be perfect because it's not, you're going to get those imperfections in there, but along with those imperfections comes a full grain field. The film grain as it was, intact, without any, extra bull crap added in to which would remove detail, you know what I mean? So for $2 to be able to get this double pack here, that's a pretty good deal in my estimation. So very happy with that. I still have yet to see Kiyama, so yeah, we'll see if that one is just as good as the Grand Duel. It's a little disappointing that I got this ugly pack version of it. It's not the version that they showed me I was going to get, but I was like, whatever, $2, pretty good deal. And then, last but not least from Fry's, I found this title here. I came to like $5.99, I think. I saw this one as well on HBO. I mentioned in the Best Buy video that I saw. A Birth of a Nation, that's right, Birth of a Nation on HBO. And they also got around to picking up this movie, and this is one that, again, I wanted to see in theaters, but I didn't get the chance. And it was just fantastic. This, I believe, may be the first movie to make me cry in like 3 years, maybe? I don't know. But watching this, it reminded me not only of movies like Where the Wild Things Are, but also of AI, artificial intelligence, because there was just something like touching and moving about that movie that got to me when I saw it in theaters, and literally brought tears to my eyes when I saw it. And that was the reason. That was one of the reasons that I got into movies and decided to start taking film classes, was because of artificial intelligence. Because I saw how it was actually making me have these emotions, and I thought, well, that's a powerful art form right there that can do that. And I still believe that to this very day, obviously. But yeah, I was very happy. I'm always very happy when I can see a movie that can cause that kind of an emotional reaction with me. And A Monster Calls is definitely one of those movies, and it will definitely hit home for a lot of people. And no matter who you are, the story is so sad that you're probably going to break down at some point. You're going to get all choked up. It's going to happen, all right? But it's such a fantastic movie. It is worth it. You need to see this. It's an important movie, I think, to see. And it's just disappointing that so many people did not see it. So to be able to get this for $5.99 was a freaking steal, and I believe that was the best price on this during Black Friday. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now we will move on to Amazon, the stuff that I got from Amazon. Some of these were lightning deals, and some of them were not lightning deals. But I think I will start off with the lightning deals first. So first off here I got The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the Kino release, which has the new transfer. I believe it's a 4K transfer, and it has some new special features as well. This, as I've heard at least, is a fantastic release, and I knew that I wanted to have it, even though I already have the Man with No Name Trilogy Blu-ray set, which includes the new transfer, or I guess newer transfer of, new-ish at this point, transfer of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But so many people, the way people were talking about this, it was just like, well, you gotta get it. Even though you already had that, you also have to get this. It's like, oh, damn it. But these Kino Lorber releases, it's not hard to say no it's not hard to say yes to them. I should say it's not hard to say yes to them because they hold their value. So you pay a certain amount of money for them, probably going to remain that value for quite some time. It's not going to be one of those titles like a studio title that drops in value like a tank, you know what I mean? Because these are specialty. Kino Lorber is a specialty label. This one holds its value. So I didn't have to worry about this one, you know, tanking in value, and then I have 2 copies of a movie, you know what I mean? I didn't have to worry about anything. I said, you know what? This one went down to $11 and some change. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Why the hell not? It's one of the best Western movies ever made. Honestly, out of all the 3, it's not my favorite. Out of the Man with No Name trilogy, it is a lot of people's favorites, but it's not my favorite. That being said, it's definitely a movie that I think was more than deserving of the treatment that it got, and I can't wait to see how good it looks here on the Kino Lorber release. I'm super excited. I also thought it was pretty cool that, as I'll show you here, it came with a reversible cover. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, anytime you can get, especially something this new, anytime you can get a Kino Lorber release for $11, yeah, I mean, you kind of got to do it, you know? Again, it's a specialty label. Specialty label release for that cheap, you know you got to do it. Next up, another classic Western here went on sale, probably for the first time I've ever seen it go on sale, and that would be Shane in a lightning deal for $7.79, I believe it was, and typically it's around $10, so that's not exactly a huge drop in price, but it was enough of a drop in price that I said, you know what, when is it ever going to be any cheaper? Probably never. I mean, you might find it in the $7.88 bin at Walmart at some point, but I don't think it's ever going to be $5.99. And if that's the case, might as well just get it for the $7.79 price. That's not bad. It's, again, a classic Western. It's been mentioned in several different films. What was the movie that it was mentioned in? I can't remember. There was another movie that oh yeah, Logan, right? Logan mentions this at one point. Even modern films are mentioning Shane. So... So yeah, needless to say, an important film in film history, and I definitely wanted to have it in my collection, and it wasn't too bad of a price, so I said, why the hell not? The next 2 titles I got with these $5, I don't want to say coupons, but I guess they kind of were coupons, but it was one of those things where if you spend a certain amount of money and then you use the no rush shipping option, they'll give you like a discount on something. And this time around, the discount they were giving was on DVDs and Blu-rays. So $5 off DVDs and Blu-rays if you choose no rush shipping, right? So I chose no rush shipping on a few things. And as a result, I was able to get some Blu-rays here for $5 off, which was very nice because, at least in one case, it was a new movie that I managed to get for a very low price. In another case, it was a movie that I've been wanting to have on Blu-ray for quite some time, but it has not dropped to a low price ever. It's one of those titles that just never drops to a low price. So I was able to use that $5 credit to make it a low price. I was like, yes, so awesome. That title was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Fantastic movie. I believe I got it on DVD for like $1 at half-price books at some point in the last year or 2. But that was because I was like, you know, I couldn't find it on Blu-ray anywhere for a decent price, you know what I mean? So I was like, I want to see this movie, but I can never find it for a good price. I want to see it again, I should say. But I can never find it for a good price, so I'm just kind of stuck, right? Well, it was $9.99 on Amazon. With the $5 off coupon, that came to $4.99. So I paid $5 for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Fantastic deal. Can't go wrong there. I feel like that's the way you got to spend these coupons. That's the way you got to do that. With titles like this that just never drop in price, that's a fantastic way to just get the movie you want for a good price. You know what I mean? So I was very glad to see that. I hope Amazon does bring those promotional credits back at some point. But we'll see. I'm definitely glad to have this in my collection so I can revisit it again finally. And in high definition. Very cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't too happy with the next pickup here that I got, because this one was marked down to $9 on Black Friday on Amazon. It was a price match of Best Buy's price of $9 for it. I believe it's Best Buy, either that or Target. Either way, I used the $5 off coupon to get it down to $4, which is a really good price for any Blu-ray, mind you, obviously. But $4 for the Circle I felt like was a good deal. And hey, it came with the slipcover, but I have to say I watched the movie and it wasn't that good, you guys. It was so disappointing because I'm a big fan of movies like these, right? It's kind of got this science fiction aspect to it almost, and I really dig that kind of the concept behind it and everything, and I felt like they could have done so much with it and they just didn't. The movie felt like it ended on a, well, we didn't know what to do, so here. And it's it was so disappointing. They just didn't go far enough, I felt like. This is just a very bland. It's a bland movie, honestly. It's bland. And that's very disappointing for a movie with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. Like, usually you can't go wrong with actors like that. And they weren't the only really good actors. And you got John Boyega in there. You got Patton Oswalt in this movie. So really great, notable actors in this movie. And the concept is very cool as well. They just didn't do anything with it. They kind of just left it to its own devices and didn't really take it anywhere. They didn't push any buttons. They didn't go anywhere with this story. They could have gone somewhere really cool and interesting, and they just didn't. So this was a disappointment. I'm kind of disappointed that I even paid $4 for it, but it's not the worst movie ever, right? It's like, it was still competently put together. It still had really good acting. It's just that they didn't do anything with the plot, with the script. The script didn't go anywhere. So, although that aspect of it was disappointing, the movie overall is not terrible, and I can see myself watching it again. $4 for a title like that, maybe a 6 out of 10 kind of title. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then, in a price match with Best Buy, I managed to pick up Split here from Amazon for $5. Very good deal for a very good movie. This is a return to form for M. Night Shyamalan. I am very glad to see it, and I can't wait to see the sequel to this, which is coming out probably, maybe not next year, but the year after. I don't know. I don't know exactly when it's coming out. But I do know that if it's anything as good as this movie, then I'm probably going to love it. So, yeah. I don't know what to say about this, because I don't want to give anything away about it for those who haven't seen it. But I'm sure most of you have seen it. So you probably know, like, the M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end here. I loved it. I was just like, yes, yes. But regardless, that's all I'm going to say about this. $5 for an incredible movie. Best price, I think, during Black Friday, which is funny because it was $5 before Black Friday, right? Like the days leading up to Black Friday is when this went down to $5. And then on Black Friday, it went back up to the $6 to $9 range. And I'm just like, wow, really? Anyways, you gotta keep an eye out. You gotta watch for that kind of stuff, because they will do that sometimes. They will put out some highly desirable titles before Black Friday that are going to be cheaper before Black Friday than they are on Black Friday. And this was an example of that. $5, great deal. And then last but not least, just as everything was wrapping up and didn't look like there was going to be anything else that I wanted to get, Cyber Monday rolls around. I'm just like, yeah, right. What are they going to have? They're not going to have anything good. And there was one thing. There's one thing throughout the whole, the whole sale that I was saying, I really wish they would put this on sale. This is like the grail item for me. It's the item that's like, I keep waiting, and I have waited for at least 2 years now for them to put it on sale during Black Friday for like a really good price. And they did put it on sale during like the Black Fortnight or whatever, I believe last year, for a halfway decent price. But it wasn't a good enough price to really convince me to get it. So I elected not to get it at the time. And I've kind of regretted that ever since, because it's like, yeah, but they haven't dropped the price, and I haven't been able to get even that good of a price ever since. So kind of stupid of me not to get it for the price that they had it at the time, right? And so I was hoping that they would have it on sale again this year, and then Black Friday comes, Black Friday goes, the weekend comes, the weekend goes, nothing. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not going to get that right now. And then Cyber Monday rolled around, and there it was, sitting there staring me in the face for $38.50. The Hobbit Extended Trilogy on Blu-ray. Oh, I've been wanting to get this for so freaking long, because I had not yet seen the third movie, Battle of the Five Armies. So I wanted to wait until I could get the extended trilogy and then watch all the movies in the extended trilogy together to see everything in the longest and best possible format possible. I said possible twice there. But yeah, you get the point. So that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for this to go down to a decent price, and it finally did. $38.50 is a pretty good price. I wouldn't say it's the best price. The one I was frankly holding out for was $30, but that's because I'm a cheapskate. I didn't want to wait anymore. I was like, screw it. $38.50 is the best price I think I've ever seen for this. So, very, very cool stuff. And I did actually, right after getting it, watch all 3 movies over the span of a couple of nights. So, yeah, I have to say I'm pretty happy with this pickup. And I don't see why people don't like these movies. I think they're very, very good. The only complaint I would say, I like the black cases, by the way. It's a nice touch, because the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy is also in black cases, so all these movies are like cohesive in terms of how they look on a shelf if you take them out of the box or whatever. They all look nice and sleek and the same. They all fit together, which is cool, because I know I'm getting off on a tangent here, but it's cool because just like with the extended trilogy of Lord of the Rings, these also come with the appendices, and the appendices continue on from the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy here, Part 7 and Part 8 here for The Unexpected Journey, which someone getting this not knowing about the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended set might think to themselves, why does it start at Part 7? It's because the other 6 parts are in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. So I love that just kind of continues on here in this set. That's pretty cool. But back to the thing I was talking about, the one complaint I would say I have about a trilogy is that I feel like they could have taken elements of the third movie, the beginning of the third movie, and put it into the end of the second movie, and it probably would have worked better. Because I feel like the second movie ending the way it did, it probably... I feel like the second movie needed the beginning of the third movie in order to be like a proper ending to the movie, you know what I mean? But they instead chose to make it the beginning of the third movie, and I just felt like That's kind of an odd way to do things storytelling-wise, you know? You start off with this big, crazy event, and then lead into more kind of crazy events. It's kind of like telling the third act, and then the first, second, and third act in one movie, in the last movie there. When it's like, why didn't you just put the third act into the second movie? Why did you wait to put it in the third movie? And quite frankly, the answer is probably just because of time. Because if they had taken it, if they had put that one into the second movie, if they had put that part in the second movie, that would have added like 20 to 30 minutes to the second movie, and it would have been even longer, and the studios probably would have complained, yada 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 yada. It might be studio interference on that part. It might be just that the director, Peter Jackson, chose to make it more fitting so that each movie would be between 2 and 3 hours. You know what I mean? But whatever the case may be, I still feel like it probably would have been better served to have the ending of the beginning of the third movie as the ending of the second movie. But that's my only gripe. That's my only criticism there. Everything else I feel like is just fantastic, and it's a wonderful addition to the Lord of the Rings movie series. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyways, that's the last one that I got from Amazon during the Black Friday, Black Fortnite madness. So, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.